عشان يشوف ساخ عادي خسر عشان تيس أنا بيبقى كبسم شيء ممكن شلون ما بناخذ نباخي ما تبادلهم حاول بس كذا سبب ما بقى أنا من بقى فلوس أنا مخلوص سبب سبحان كم شيء خير ما مخ من خير خاب الصواب قال ما كم رأمين هيش ولا بقى بس بس من كل شيء بيخو يمكن خاصة بيشواش خاصة من نحو مسا دعم يعني رأمه بمؤمن Baruch atah Adonai. Eloheinu v'levasin Elohei Avraham Eloheinu Yitzhak Yaakov Elohei Hakiva Benar Elohei Gam Chasim Tevim Kana Kavasir Chaz Davis Mavia Goy Levnei V'Neim Mashra Abba Melech Oisim V'Shem Magen Baruch atah Adonai. Magen Abraham. Atgim Lem Chamis Matra V'Shia Mashi Baruch Meger Shem Mechakeh Chaim Chesim Chaim Yisim Baruch Me'Abdu Sabach Nef Baruch Nefal U'Makirsim Makam V'Nosa Shem Acham Yecham Baruch Abba Gvois V'Nem Melech Melech Yisim Yisim Chaim Yisim Yachshua V'Nem Atah Yisim Baruch atah Adonai. Mechai HaMisim. Akisha Arizah Emser Saris V'Person because that Amar. Kodesh, and I was not to wear you with some shot for him. Work about him, come on, every question for Casabamar. You know the Shimpa for the Shim for Yalusa Celebrate Kodesh. At the fan last month, the Spinahan of last Rakatana, Hadas, Mashilina, Minister Sakabaka, about the Sakabak, the situation of Nakabaka, the Shuba. Stafan Khatana Bakholan Makini Kishana Kia Tabislah Atarakatana. Hanan Hamaga Islaya. Right now, the name of Bigger Venet, the Lane, the Manchaki, the Hasakatana. Go all you saw. For Ina and Hashin Kisses and Atma, we call a portion of Sena Ki Elmach. Referendum Rachman Ata Barakatana. Okay, follow my son. Alina and Mahina Shazas best company was to the same time. Upon a double summit versus Kia take Matama Barakashan Barakatana. I'm Barakashan. Kamishan Barakasan, the Kavits goes in the Kapsini Yakab cameras or as any Barakatana. The Kavas in my saw. I show you information written Barakatana. Sraka Mishwat. Ramashimat Sika, the Haman has any video of I'm coming to reason Marcus for Sham, his actor, Shamas Man, was acting over him, the menu Barakatana. Shaiba Machna Zadim. Sidik Hasidim, our Zikam Kabisaba, Basic I'll give it to the Moon Rahmatan, the sense of the White from the Simple Kanu, Mahamud will underline the Bashki Bahabataka Barakatana. The Shim of Takatikim, the Shan of Rahmatash, the Siska Basaka Kashibata, Hisada, David Atacam here, the Saka Takamine, also the Caribbean Vinyan and Barakatana. Shalim. Ask them after Atacam here, as soon as we're kind of you should Saka, Kilishwasa, Communical and Barakatana. That's Melkin Shua. Shamaka, then I hear of Rahman, the Kabarahmas, as Fisaki, Schmidt, the Sakan Atma, the Nachmatic, Kiata Schmidt, this Kabarakatana. Shamayak Fila. They said I had a member of this lesson, Hasha, the video of Saka, he said he saw this last man, the Kabaras, and see the rest of the time of the Samaka Saka, Zena, and any machine for the Barakatana. And Makazesh, Nasan, this year. Might have not lashed the شخير من أخذ الساكن كل الساكن شبكة إيس everybody سرنا نبتين خلوا خلوا بعض ما خمر في كل اسمه كذا كنت من الأخ معكم اسمه فسمع الشيخ ما كان يتكلم بعد بفاخم دكتور باش مخابر لهم كتاب هاي شو سنة بس سنة هذا تبرع خاطرنا هذا الشيء خلا خلنا على هذا الشيء شو عم تبرع خاطر خاص برع من بعض يسمع خبر خلنا بكون كي ما بنح مسافة لا أنا هنا ترس أنا بس كثر سواق برع خايب بشام تبي ناخذ برع إذا خبر أم خلي سبخ إيش خلا الشعب شو ما خبر خاطرنا أنا برع سامي سبخ شلون هنا بس تعال شوف سنة الساعة من بين ما موكي أمريكا كي أمريكا بس ما نبش من ما بيعبر أنا أبنا أمريكا أنا راح مكان أحنا مسافر مثلا سافر بس אז ואני שינה הדבר קורא שמנחה בעצמי נחה באחת הסין עמד שנחה עסקה וסקה שמרבה גם מדבר חלוס ואנו חלוס ועצמו כאן וכמשיכם וחיי חיים במלחם אחד לך בסובה God is my cover amen بنام بحر أنا ما خلقت ومية أنا خدش ما يخد
יתגדל ויסגדל שדל שמע
אמן אמן
ויכון וימלכון חיי לכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב יאמרו אמן
Mami są wszak. Amen. Amen. Today in Jewish history, so 246 years before the Common Era, on the 8th of Teves, the Greeks took 72 Talmidei Chachamim. They took 72 of the sages, and they put them all separate. They locked them all up separately, and they told them to translate the Torah into Greek. Okay, it's all Greek to me. Yeah. Anyway. In any case, they were trying to see if we were giving them giving them a true translation. They want to see what's the real deal. And it was a big miracle that everyone translated the same way. Each translated the same way. And even things like Bereshit bara Elokim et Hashemayim et haaretz, which literally Bereshit means in the beginning, bara means created, Elokim means God. Which if you translate literally, you'll translate, in the beginning created God. But it's not the way we translated. We translated God created in the beginning. Or in the beginning God created. Right? So they translated it with a miracle. They translated it all the same way. And they didn't harm us, but it was definitely a harmful day to the extent that they used to fast on that day to commemorate that the downgrade, so to speak, of Torah. Even though the Rebbe explains the idea of translating Torah into different languages is as a preparation for Mashiach, that with Dafka now to translate, they want the Tanya translated into every language, even Arabic. What? Even Arabic. And
it's not a translation, it's a translation.
So what was that?
Perush, not a translation. It's not translation. It's like a perush.
What they did to the Chachamim there? Was it finished?
Even today. Even today, if you said Genesis, it's not what it means. So it's not translation. It's not translation to the word. There's no such thing, it doesn't exist. So it's a perush. One perush, you can say
Shemais is in the Exodus, but there's a whole thing on why they wrote.
But those names are based on Exodus because of the Exodus that took place. It's because
I think it's more than just that. I think there's a new. I don't.
maybe it's called number because Sefer Pekudim.
Right.
But that's something else. Leviticus deals with all the things which are Nagea, which are moved to Levi, to Kain and Levi.
I think there's something more to it.
Other language cannot translate. You can only have the perush.
Okay, whatever the case is. Anyway, cut the cake. Anyway, what?
Anyway, you cut the cake, just give me a piece.
Yeah, okay. Today is also, I don't know if this is considered Jewish history. Yeah, I guess it's considered Jewish history. Eichmann Yamach Shemai was sentenced to death in Israel. That's a good. Yeah, all right.
He's a good death.
He's a good death. In 1961, he was sentenced by the Israel Supreme Court. What was it? It was I think we watched the movie here, but I don't remember. We watched. Huh?
That was the code.
All right. May Hashem Yom Hashem may every single one of those anti-Semites find their end. Yes, right away.
They're waiting. They're waiting.
All right, the next mitzvah we're holding is the mitzvah on Netilas Yadayim, which is really the first mitzvah we do every morning. The first mitzvah we do in the morning is the mitzvah of washing our hands. Maida Ani is super important. Maybe it's the most important thing we do in the morning is say Maida Ani, thank Hashem for waking up. Thank Hashem for having another day. But it's not a mitzvah. It's important, maybe most important, but it's not a mitzvah. Washing our hands is a mitzvah. It's a mitzvah that we even make a bracha on Netilat Yadayim. Now, not every single time we wash our hands do we make the bracha on Netilat Yadayim, but once a day we do for washing our hands. Also, if we wash our bread, we make the bracha. Otherwise, we only make the bracha once a day. Now, what other times would we wash our hands? Okay, so first of all, why do we wash our hands in the morning, first of all, and then we'll get to all the other times we do. So the first reason is because we might have touched a part of our body which is normally covered, and any part of our body which is normally supposed to be covered, if we touch that part of the body, we have to wash our hands. First of all, cleanliness. Or that's last of all. I don't know. Maybe that's not first of all. But simply Hashem wants us to be sanitary. So we have to be sanitary, to be clean, to be healthy, to wash our health. But in addition to that, or primarily, it gives us a certain degree of impurity, and we have to wash it off before we make a bracha. Before we daven, we have to make sure we wash our hands. So therefore, before we make a bracha in the morning, before we make any bracha, we have to wash our hands. Now, the way we wash our hands is a specific way, which is netilat yadayim. Netilat yadayim means pouring. Netilat is pouring. We have to pour. We use a vessel. We use a cup, and so we take the cup in the morning, and we do once on the right, then once on the left, once on the right, once on the left, once on the right, and once on the left. So early in the morning. That's if we're a righty. If we're a lefty, and we're not talking about ideology. We're talking about in strength. In the hand you write with. If you write with your left hand, then you would do your left hand first, just like any mitzvah, which we do with our right hand. If you're eating a cookie, and you're making a bracha on the cookie, you would hold it. When you're making the bracha, you would hold it in your right hand. If you're lefty, you would hold it in your left hand. So all these rules we talk righty because it's a righty's world, and that's the language we talk. But if the person's a lefty, then it just switches. So another reason we wash our hands in that fashion is because.
A question: why you have to? So if I'm a righty, it's easier for me to hold something first with the right and then with the left.
Good, and that's why
we talked about first washing the right.
So I was thinking of saying it now, then I said I'll say it later. I'll say it now. So we're supposed to pick up the cup with our right hand while it's filling up, unless we put it down while it's filling up. But still, we do something with our right hand to pick up, to show that we're filling it with our right hand. Once it's filled with our right hand, we take it from our right hand and put it to the left hand. So it's the filling up we do with the right hand because that's easier. But then we start the mitzvah also with the right, which is the same thing. Even putting on our shirt and undershirt, we start with the right hand first.
You have to wash the right side.
Pajamas. You're putting on pajamas. You put the right side on first.
Yeah.
That's if you wear pajamas. So, whatever. So the first reason where we start off with this is because the Beis HaMikdash in Yerushalayim, Beis HaMikdash. So before the Kohen would start his avodah, before the Kohen would start his service in the Beis HaMikdash, he washed his hands, and that was the preparation for the kiyar. What was that? And the feet. But right now we're discussing hands. And so he would wash his hands, and the same way he washed his hands in the morning to start his avodah, his service of Hashem. We start, even though we're not a kohen. None of us are kohanim here. We have some levim here, but none of us are kohanim. The kohen would start his avodah, the kohen would start his service with washing his hands in that fashion. And therefore, because the kohen washes his hands in that way, we too start our avodah, our service in our Beis HaMikdash, in our mini Beis HaMikdash, whether it's coming to Shul, our Beis HaMikdash, or even our home is called a Mikdash Mat. If we treat our home the right way, it's considered like a mini Beis HaMikdash. And so, before we start any of our avodah, any of the service of the day, we start off with washing our hands. And that's why, so that's when we start the day. It's the first mitzvah we do of the day, and from there, hopefully we're doing only holy work the rest of the day. But that's the first thing we do today is we wash our hands to prepare for our avodah. Now, another reason we wash our hands in the morning is because when we go to sleep, as part of an neshama leaves our body. In fact, it says it's going to sleep is like 1/60th of death. So whatever parts of our neshama leave our body when we pass away, should happen for many, many, many years. Maybe never. Hopefully never. We should have chaim nitzchim. We should live forever. Since Mashiach comes, we'll live forever. But no buts. But someone going to sleep is equal to 1/60th of their neshama leaving their body, like first pass away. And therefore, just like because when a neshama leaves our body, right away the impurities leach on to our body. They grab into the place where the kedusha was, where the holiness was. So there's impurity, there's tumah, this impurity that can't enter our body, and that impurity that entered our body now leaves our body. It says it leaves somehow. It leaves through the hands. In fact, it leaves specifically through the nails. It says. To the area of the nails. That's where it leaves from. And so, because it leaves from that space, that's why we have to wash that space. That's where the tumah was last. That's where it came through. And that's where we make sure to wash. In Yiddish, the word for it is called negelwasser. Negelwasser. If you want to find one of those washing kits that they have next to the bed, you want to find on Amazon, you'll put in negelwasser. kit. That's what you'll Google, Negavasser kit. Or Negavasser set. Negavasser literally means nail water. Negavasser, Vasser is water and Negavasser, because it's the water we wash our nails with. Even on Yom Kippur and Tisha B'Av, when we're not allowed to wash ourselves, we do wash the nails we wash. In fact, we wash from the knuckle to the nails. And maybe that's why someone that acts like they don't have a neshama, they call them a knucklehead. Maybe it's connected. I don't know. מעריב, page 118. Huh? Who wants to be chazan from מעריv? You moved to Florida?
Yeah.
Hallandale.
Before you were saying. But anyway, my next you can help them during times they can easily and what wants to get their I'm gonna come back and eat myself. You just start.
Page 118. What's the name of it?
Abba.
You were chazan a long time. Mincha? Okay, Mincha. Time for that. He's going to go after
Onai Hoshia Hamele and then Oyam Coreno, Onai Hoshia Hamele and then Oyam Coreno, Onai Hoshia Hamele and then Oyam Coreno, Skadabi Skadashi Maraba, Madi Berat, Kusebe, Alima, Kusebe, Mark Bene, Bekareme Shike, Bekono, Bemekono, Behet, Behov, the East Israel, Bagalo Bisman, Karibi, Meru, Nakil Bain Yos, Ubein Daila Onai Sebao, Shemo Baruch Ata Onai Maariv Arabim. Yen Hayenu Bereg Yamenu Ubahem Nege Yoman Balaila Reavasecha Lo Hasuni Mena Leolami Onai Oher אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם משה ובני ישראל לך ענו שירה לשמך רבה ואמרו כולם אלוקי היום משה עשה ענו ואמרו אדוני בעל ישראל שומרני מצידנו אתה ברוך אתה אדוני שומר את עמו ישראל לעד. תודה ותודה שמרבה ואלמדי ורבי יוסף יעלים יוסף ואזמר כפני בקרב משיחי ראיון ומכון וחי לכל איס ישראל בגלו בזמן קריב נרו ענק ושומע ביתנסה ביסדה ביסלה שמד קודשה בלכות ואלה מקורבכסה ושירת מקורבכסה ונהמסה באמירם בעלמה באמרות Skada biskada shemerabah.
Amen.
Madi berach Yosef yamlik machuseh be'etmat b'taneh b'karem eshikeh.
Amen.
B'aychon u'b'manchon u'b'cheit echol be'is Yisrael b'galo b'zman karib b'miru amen.
Amen.
בהתנשא, בהתסדר, בהתעלה, בהתעלל, שימד לקודשיה ולטור,
אמן.
אלא מכל בכס ושירת תסר ומימסה, בעמירם, בעלמה, באמרו אמן, עסקה ותשכון, ובצפון, בכל באיס ישראל, כאדן, אבוכון די בישמעיה, באמרו אמן, שלם הרבה מן שמעיה, והאם תבין עלינו ועל כל ישראל, באמרו אמן. שלום לאומה, נאמר והיה עונה למלך הכל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה עונה אחד ושמו
גדל והתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
מה דיברה כתב ימליך הכותב ויצמח וקנה מקדם משיחי.
אמן.
חייכונו וימלכונו חיי לכל בית ישראל וגלה בזמן קריב יקראו מי.
אמן.
שמי רבה קורת עולם ומלך יקרא וישתבח ויתבר ויזומן ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי לקדושי הבריק. נעלה מכל כתב שיטתה תשוקתה ונחמתה דמינה בעצמה ויקראו מי. תהא שממה רבה מן שמיים וחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויקראו מי. עושה שלום וברכה הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויקראו מי. גדל וקדש שמי רבה. מה דיברה כרצה ואמליך מכותב ויצמח וקנה מקדם משיחי. וחייכונו וימלכונו חיי לכל בית ישראל וגלה בזמן קריב יאמרו מי. שמי רבה מבורך עולם ומלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתבר ויתמם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי לקדושי הבריק. נעלה מן כל בכתב שיטתה תשוקתה ונחמתה דמינה בעצמה ויאמרו מי. על ישראל ועל רבנן ועל תלמידי יום ועל כל תלמידי יום ועל כל מאן דעסקין ברייתא. דיבר דין בדי בכל אתר ואתר. תהיה לכון שאמר רבה חינה וחיזה ורחמים וחיים מלכים וזנה רכף וקנמי כרם ובון וישמעיה ויקראו מי. תהא שלמה רבה מן שמעיה חיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויקראו מי. עושה שלום מברמה והוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויקראו מי.
Amen. Yashikah. Whoever's able to help out with Dominion tomorrow morning, first meeting at 7. Being tough. 7 o'clock meeting has been having a tough time. Who's able to help? The other day they were missing one. Who's able to help? Yashikah. Second meeting at 9 o'clock. First meeting at 7 o'clock.